Good day, this 80th day, Meaningful Moments, 365 days. So it's a little later in the afternoon. I usually do these in the morning. And it was all because of how this day began, which was the meaningful moment. It started out with attending to some of the work that we needed to do for PureEsperanza and the board work. And then we completed that so we could get over to the Goodwill store, which happens to be right down the street from us. And that's when the meaningful moment really hit. And we had been doing some spring cleaning, so to speak, having already moved and gotten rid of a lot of different things. We were doing a little bit more with our clothes and things that we wanted to give away. And I had a relative come over who gave me some clothes to also give away, and kind of recycling it around. And there's such a beautiful thing about that whole process that's different than when you just go to the store and buy something. And when we walked over to the Goodwill with our bag, felt like Santa Claus with a big sack on our back kind of thing. And then we went in there and we found different items, and it was so clear and so interesting that we had been manifesting these things. And I believe it's with that energy of goodwill. And it was like tied in perfectly. It just synced up, Goodwill store, goodwill and the energy that we have with this circulation that goes around and the recycling, maybe because it's spring in the air, but it's all repurposed. And, there's just so many beautiful connections to all of that. My husband found something that he had been in his mind envisioning that he needed for his stand where he keeps some of his items in the evening and things like that. And it was just the perfect box, beautiful wooden box that he found for that. And I had I've been transforming my own physical body with just a lot of the things I've been practicing and doing. And so some of the clothes that I had weren't fitting properly anymore, and boom, just like that, they popped right up. And Goodwill, if any of you shop at Goodwill, it's a hit or miss kind of thing. But it was just such a lovely feeling. And even in the store, there was just this feeling of energy where the people that were looking for things and everything, everybody was just so courteous and helpful and nice, kind to one another. Even though we had our masks on and everything, you could see those smiling eyes behind the mask. And all of that is just part of that goodwill and energy that we have when we go out and about into the world. And it just continued to flow like one thing after the other with just different little things that would pop up. We went on a bike trail, a kind of 8-mile round trip bike trail, and along the trail, just different people we stopped to talk to. Some kids building cairns in the creek, and other people walking their dogs, and elderly couples having a nice afternoon walk, and families with their kids riding their bike and trying to, help them ride, before they actually let them go and, let them ride on their own. They're still kind of helping them with that training part. And all of these things, not just in all the words that we share with a hello and a smile and all those kinds of greetings that we have, but just the feeling of witnessing these different elements of life and that recirculation that started out at the beginning of the day with the repurposing of clothes and all those kinds of things and trekking over to the Goodwill store. Every one of us has those experiences, and this is an offering, I think, right now in speaking about it, to just remember and allow yourself to feel that goodwill and see what you create with that, see what you generate, see what is repurposed and how it circulates around and kind of keeps coming back in all kinds of ways, just miraculous ways. And before you know it, you'll start realizing that you're manifesting exactly the life that you wish to have for you today, and all that goodwill, ever presence, benevolent in the world. Oh, hey.